Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Crypto Corner with myself, OJ, crypto analyst and investor since 2016. This is the video podcast where we talk everything crypto related. And as you see, the markets today are not looking that great. Bitcoin and Ethereum are going down a little bit, and they're dragging, most of the markets down with them, even though certain tokens like Chainlink and Matic are doing okay, and a few other tokens, Maker is doing okay, Near is doing okay as well. But overall the market is going a little bit down. It's doing a bit of a pullback. Nothing really that much to drive this pullback though. In terms of Ethereum, because I haven't really done a proper analysis of Ethereum in a while, Ethereum had a bit of bad news, unfortunately. The Sky testnet, which is the new testnet that it was supposed to be launched already, failed to launch, as they say here in this CoinDesk article. They said that developers of the Ethereum blockchain say there was misconfiguration in the Genesis files of the test network, and now they plan to try again in about 2 weeks. So we actually have it postponed for 2 weeks. While some validators were able to manually start the test network, reports CoinDesk, there was a misconfiguration in one of the Genesis files, according to Ethereum core developers. As a result, Ethereum core developers decided to postpone the launch for about 2 weeks, giving them time to regroup. So first, let's talk about what is this testnet. Why is it important? It was expected to be used for staking infrastructure and protocol developer testing. Sky is designed to experiment with major protocol changes and relies on an enormously large network of validators. A testnet is a network used by developers to test and experiment with new features or upgrades before they are implemented on the main network. Testnets use fake or test ether, which has no real-world value. Up until now, the most popular testnet for Ethereum was DYOR, which was a proof of work since it was designed years ago. Sky, of course, is a proof of stake, but it's not the only difference. Sky is designed to simulate the behavior of Ethereum mainnet, while DYOR was not. Sky aims to increase the number of validators on the Ethereum mainnet, which could help improve the security and decentralization of the network. With 1.6 billion Ether allocated to developers on the testnet, it provides a more efficient and cost-effective way for developers to test and experiment with new features and upgrades, with a focus on transparency and inclusivity in its development and decision-making process. So now that this testnet failed to launch, how does it affect the market performance of Ether? Well, first I'm looking here at Ether versus Bitcoin, because this is really going to show us what's happening. Because if Bitcoin is going down and Ethereum is going down with it, then it's not really the performance that I'm looking for. I want to see how it's performing against Bitcoin, and in fact it's actually going down against Bitcoin. And more importantly, it's actually breaking here a crucial support level that we had established previously at 0.06117 in terms of Bitcoin value. That's why I'm talking in this kind of small digits. So this is basically, we are at support level here. I mean, we do have lower support levels, and I'm gonna chart now. Let's see where do we have lower support levels. But this support that we are just breaking, this is not good news for Ethereum holders. So we do have a lower support. Let me just mark it here so that we can see it for future reference. We are not there yet. We might not go there, but for the time being we have at 0.056 satoshis. So this is much lower than we are right now. And if this support fails, then of course we can go down all the way to the previous support, which was at pretty much 0.05. It was 0.049 level. So this is as low as we can get. I don't really expect Ethereum to be going any lower than that against Bitcoin, but this is already quite a weak performance here in terms of Bitcoin value. Now let's go in dollar value. So for those who are actually monitoring Ethereum in fiat currencies. Now this is the daily chart, and as you can see in the daily, things are not looking that bullish. We are in the overbought region in the stochastic RSI. We have a somewhat of a bullish cross here because they're curving on the upside. So it's not necessarily a doom and gloom scenario, but I'm not really liking the fact that the price was going down as the volume was also going down. You know, this confluence here in price action, this is a bearish indicator. Both of these going down at the same time, this is bearish. Stochastic RSI looks bearish to me. We're still going down from a previous resistance that we hit, and the trend right now, you know, in the short term, the trend is actually on the downside. So overall, not a very bullish outlook. And also looking at Bitcoin dominance, we have to keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance. This is something that I was drawing all the way back in July, and this is how I imagined it would go. And so far we are doing exactly that. It's been 2 months now and we are following this prediction. I expected that we're gonna have a bit of a pullback because we had quite a jump here in the Bitcoin dominance. We did that pullback and then we started recovering again on the upside. So Bitcoin dominance is growing for quite a few weeks now. This is the weekly chart here. We've had well over a month of Bitcoin dominance growing, so we can't really expect Ethereum to be doing that great when most of the alts are not doing great when Bitcoin dominance is going up. Of course, it is at the expense of the alts, except some of the newer ones, you know, the coins that are coming up right now or came recently and they're creating a buzz and a hype and everything. They're doing well. And one of these coins is actually the next one that I want to talk about. And it's called Grimace. And you will see a lot of articles about it in the media. And what I like about this coin, it is a hot new meme coin. It's already on 2 major exchanges, so I'm looking for an entry right now to trade this gem early on. We know what crazy runs these tokens have when they first get launched, so being early is definitely an advantage here. It's all over the media already, and I don't often get into small caps, but when I do, I prefer to be in the first and second waves of their lifespan because these are the biggest from what I've noticed. I did that with Shiba, I did it with Floki and Pepe as well, so I'll do it again. What's interesting with Grimace coin is that it was conceptualized in 2022, born not out of a vision to create a cryptocurrency that addresses the limitations of modern banking systems, but as a joke. This is what most meme coins do, so no surprise there. Elon Musk tweeted in January this tweet here. He said, "I will eat a happy meal on TV if McDonald's accepts Dogecoin." This was, of course, at the time when he was heavily promoting Dogecoin. And they replied, "Only if Tesla accepts Grimace coin." Now, this was a joke. That coin did not exist at the time when they posted this tweet. Little did they know that just a year later, this will become a reality. This happened in April this year, and not surprisingly, it's built on Doge chain and has seen a steady growth and the formation of a solid, loyal user base. So, despite having started as a joke, it has evolved into a community-driven initiative with a focus on transparency and inclusivity. And also the project achieved network transaction volume leadership in April. By May, it saw a peak of transactions with around 90% of all Doge chain trades being in Grimace tokens. There is also GOD merchandise here, you can see it. At first, these were sold out in less than an hour and all profits being donated, which also goes to show that community is very proactive. I'm saying that because community is very important for any crypto project. More importantly, the token is listed on 2 bigger exchanges. I mentioned BitGet and MEXC. We can see them here on BitGet. It is traded against USD Tether, and you can see the chart is actually looking quite good. I mean, yes, we're having this correction, this pullback. This is what I like. As I said, I like to get in on the first couple of big waves. The first wave has already gone. We've seen that. Now we're having the correction. From what I can see, we've actually touched a bottom here, which is what I like as well. But overall, the token has very good performance. You can see that here. Also, the fact that it's on the bigger exchanges means that we don't have to pay exuberant fees to DEXs to trade these tokens. Another metric that I care about is volume, and in June the token's trading volume had a 7x surge, hitting $60 million, and by August the token was boosted by even more visibility when it got listed on BitGet, which is where I'm actually trading it. So this is all great, but if we actually just look at these statistics here, so here we have the 24 hours, it is down 1.89%. On the weekly, it is down 3.56%. The monthly sees a almost 24% jump. in the last 3 months, this is pretty much since the launch of the token, it's more than 700% up. This is why you see here the last 3 months and the last 6 months and the yearly are all showing pretty much the same here, because it's not been around for a year. So this is the longest traction that we have here. It's 782% up in the last 6 months, and this is the longest track record that we have of the token. Now, judging by this chart, I actually like how this looks, because from what I'm seeing, we've hit here a local bottom, and from this point we are seeing higher highs and higher lows. This is quite important. Now, this doesn't mean that there is no chance that we can go any lower, and in fact, if we do get any lower, we will get an even better entry point. So this is what I'm really looking for. But let's just see what can we expect on the way down, and then what can we expect on the way up. So on the way down, we have hit here a major support. This is the golden Fibonacci ratio, the 0.618 Fibonacci ratio. We've touched this support. We very briefly broke below it just as a test from what I can see here, but we are bouncing from this support zone. So for the time being, this is a bullish indicator, because it means that this support is holding us. Now, of course, we can challenge it again, and if the support doesn't hold us, then we have a lower support, which is currently sitting at 35. Now, this is $35, guys. This is not 35 cents or, like other meme coins, going to the 0.00 type of, value. And this is because Grimace coin has only 1 million maximum supply. The total supply, it's only 1 million tokens. This is a very low supply, guys, and this is why this token is already $48. So this is quite a high price. Now, it actually peaked at $95. On BitGet, it actually peaked at $95, and since then it's doing a major correction. This is why I like this chart, because as far as corrections go, this is quite a decent correction. We are currently at almost 50% down, but we did actually go all the way to 75% down, and from there we bounced. So I don't really expect us to go to another, further 75%, but coming here to this support level at $34 is going to be a perfect accumulation zone. Now, of course, we don't have a guarantee that we are going to go down there. We have to see what the price action will be over the next few days, but so far, I'm actually liking this price action. And also, if we look at the Elliott wave structure, this correction as an A, B, and C wave, this to me has already exhausted. This correction is over. So from here, the fact that we are making higher lows and higher highs, this is important. Here we have a higher low than the previous one. We have a higher high than the previous one. So by all means, right now we are showing up strength in terms of bulls. The bulls are showing up strength, and it looks like this token is preparing for another major move on the upside. This is what I want to catch. So this move, how far can it go? Well, let's find out. Now, let's take the most recent high to the most recent low and see what is that showing us. What is the potential of this coin on the way up? Well, of course, first we'll have to break above these resistances here, which are short-term resistances. After that, we do have that previous high at $75. Then we have another previous high at $84. From that point on, actually, we are going into price discovery, and we are going to be challenging 110, 111. And then after that, we do have another resistance that is sitting at $154. Currently at $48. I mean, imagine if this is to make this kind of a jump from here to, let's say, 154. We are talking about 220% gains. But what if we don't go that far? Well, even if we just go to that first target here, which I have, which is $110, that's 130% up from today's price. And of course, if we go some lower, a little bit lower, if we manage to scoop it around 42 or even around $40, then we're talking about well over 150% gains for this token. This is what I like about this token. Alright, now moving on to Cardano as requested. I know it's been a while since I charted ADA and I feel it's way overdue, so thanks Janice for the request. The price of Cardano is actually on a downtrend. As you can see here, this is the 4-hour chart. We actually have a clear indication, price going down with volume going down. This is a bearish scenario. I've told you many times already. Also, we can see that the stochastic RSI is still going downwards. It's not gotten into the oversold region, so it's a little too early to assume that we are going to be bouncing from here. We do have the 50th moving average acting as somewhat of a support. We tested it and we got bought up quickly, so this was just a wick of a candle here, but I'm not really convinced that this is enough of a support to actually stop us here. Let's go on the higher time frames so that we can analyze it a little bit better, because of course I do care about the longer term rather than the immediate term. This stochastic RSI is not looking great. This is the 12-hour chart. Stochastic RSI is in the overbought region, indicating that we should expect further downwards price action. So for the time being, Cardano is not looking that bullish. Like with Ethereum, Ethereum is also not looking that bullish. The bigger caps are actually not looking bullish, guys. Let's have a look at the daily. Same thing, the daily, just like with the 12-hour, we are in the overbought stochastic RSI, indicating that we should be going down, even though we do have this curve on the upside. So it's possible that we just hold on to these kind of levels, maybe consolidate here for a little bit, but I'm expecting, in fact, a further drop. That's what I'm expecting right now with Cardano, and this is not very bullish, and this is why I'm actually not accumulating Cardano at this point. I feel that it's a little too early for accumulating Cardano. And my question right now is, can Cardano outperform Grimace? Because if I'm going into outs, I want to only pick 4 right now. We are not in an altcoin season, so I won't jump into dozens of outs. I jumped already in Link, I tweeted about it. I also bought some CAS tokens on KuCoin, and I'm watching a couple others that I will talk about in the next video. Is ADA looking appealing enough to me right now? No, not really. If it goes up with the rest of the market, okay, but is that anything much to make me jump in it? Not really. Even Ether is not looking that great, so I'm going to pass on ADA for the short term. And look at it, I mean, Cardano is clearly in a downtrend. We are making lower highs and lower lows. Contrary to Grimace coin, where we're having higher lows and higher highs, here we're having lower lows and lower highs. So how is that going to make me jump in Cardano? Not at this point. The one good thing about this chart is that we are approaching another support here. This is the lower support, which if we drop any further, which I'm expecting, most likely we are going to touch this lower support here. Now, if this support holds, this will be a very good indication. If this support holds, this is where I'm going to get more confident, and I might actually scoop some Cardano, some ADA, if I decide to, because quite frankly, I'm not really looking into that many large cap right now. I have Ether, that's already quite a large cap. I have some XRP, I have Chainlink, that's a large cap. Matic, I have some. So enough of the large caps. I'm not really looking into jumping into ADA, but if you are looking to jump into ADA, just wait and see if you can scoop it here on the lower 24 cents, perhaps even lower, because if we challenge the support once again and it doesn't hold, then we can go even lower. And very recently we were there, we were at 22 cents. So this is still a possibility. And if you are scooping ADA for the long term, maybe you don't really care about the small differences, 24 cents, 22 cents, not really that much of a change. But, because you're probably waiting for, in the longer term, you're waiting for $1, you're waiting for $2 or $3. Some people are waiting for this kind of prices. This could happen in the next bull run. I feel it's very likely that we're going to see ADA well above $2 over the next bull run. But, this is the long term. For the time being, in the shorter term, I'm waiting to see how is ADA going to respond to another challenge of this support level, because Right now, it's not looking that great. All right, everyone. Well, this is everything for today's episode of Crypto Corner. I hope this charting helps. If you have any requests, drop them in the comments below. Also, don't forget to leave a like, show your support for this channel and for my content. This is always appreciated. Make sure to check out the links in the description below, where I drop the links to all of the crypto services that I'm using, that I recommend to you. My links to my free ebooks are also there. We have a free book on the most used charting patterns that is definitely going to help you in your analysis. I also have a free book about all of the hardware wallets that I'm using. Not only hardware, actually hot and cold storage. I reviewed all of the top wallets in my free ebook. Make sure to grab it from the link in the description below. And Learn Crypto, the ultimate beginner's guide, is also in the description below. Now, this is not a free book. Now, this is a book that I first published in 2019, and now it's in its third edition. I just relaunched it with a lot new content that I added, a few new chapters, a lot new stuff in there. So if you're new to crypto, if you want to learn everything that you need to learn about crypto before you start trading, because of course you have to know what you're investing in and you have to understand it really well inside and out, this is the book that is going to help you. So grab it from the link in the description below. This is everything from me. Thanks for staying until the end of the video, and while we're here, just pick another one of my videos and I'm gonna see you there.